What's going on, y'all? Hey, welcome back to the channel where I'm going to be dropping this financial education to you to help leverage your life to continue to invest in yourself. Hey, so I got the Build Assets hoodie on. It's one of my favorite things that I did make is the Build Assets. It's the 90s look right here. Shout out to all the 90s kids, right? But I wanted to talk about building assets and most importantly, those that are working two jobs. Right? If you're working two jobs, let me just break down some ways that I can make your life a little bit easier. And before I even begin, this is totally for educational, entertainment purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just here giving you some information and personally my own experiences of how things gone. So I used to work 3 jobs at one time, y'all. 3 jobs at one time. And one thing I can say is I could never excel at one of those jobs because I was always trying to devote my time to the next job before I even got there, right? So a lot of sleep lost, a lot of time missed out, a lot of experiences missed because when you work in multiple jobs, you're basically are trying to leverage your time and make more money, right? But let me just say this. Let me break this down. So this is what really helped change me is I filled out a financial statement. So I took 1 month's worth of bank statements. And if you need help with this, be sure to click the link or go find my calendar where I'm helping you. I give you 15 minutes of my time free of charge, right? And I will help you fill out a financial statement so that way you can see the percentages of how your money is working. All right, so what I did was I decided to do a financial statement. So I took 1 month's worth of all of my charges, everything that was going on, and then I took my income and then I started dividing how much my expenses were to my income. So my car note, my student loans, my credit card minimum payment, my outing expenses, my gas, my just random things I had to purchase. I started allocating all those and it helped me see where my money is going. I said this before. Money is currency. The root word of currency is current. So it's like the flow of money, right? So the money that comes in, if you're not paying attention of how the money comes in and then how the money goes out, you will always be in this cycle of running around. So that's where I'm coming up. Why are you getting the 2 jobs? Because you're feeling like, hey, I just don't have enough money. Or you probably just say, look, I got too much time. I just want to just make some money, which is cool. If you're just working to fill up your time, that's great. But if you're working for the money, let me show you how the financial statement would change all of that for you to give you financial peace. All right. So now when you work your second job, you're basically using that second job to fulfill your wealth creation. All right. So this is what I started to do, right? So I got my first job and I started to really just focus on my first job. It led to you growing in the company, moving up the corporate ladder, which is great. More money is coming in. I don't have to work as much. I didn't have to work as much at that time. But I started using my second job to fund my index fund, right? So I'm with M1 Finance. And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling y'all what I did. So I got with M1 Finance, and there's 2 reasons I got with M1 Finance. First off, it was real easy to use. Second thing is they let you borrow the money. In one of my other videos, I'm talking about the debt snowball and the asset transfer, and that is an incredible video. So if y'all can find that video, because that video is pure gold. All right, so I used my second job to fund my M1 Finance, and I got the simple VOO, the S&P 500 Index Fund, which is the top 500 companies in the stock market. And depending on the percentages, it usually grows about 10% a year, which is better than what a savings account can give you, which is 0.01% a year. If you haven't watched my video on compound interest, go find that video too, because that video will explain of why you want to pay attention to the percentages, right? So I stick all of my savings money, all the money I made from my second job, because my first job, It's my financial peace. It's taking care of everything. I don't have to worry. I have the percentages going to certain accounts. I have 3 different bank accounts, 2 major banks, 1 credit union. Everything is flowing. The money is flowing from my first job. The second job is basically to fund my BOO index fund, S&P 500 index fund. Now get this. Remember I said I like M1 Finance for 2 reasons. I can literally borrow money from my M1 Finance and it's still making money because I'm borrowing it. I'm not withdrawing it. It's still sitting in there making money. But I can borrow that money and I can go purchase an asset, or I can pay down a debt that has a higher interest and then start paying that debt to the M1 Finance back at a lower interest rate, which saves me even more money, which adds more cash flow. Or I could borrow that money and go purchase an asset. Great asset that I love to purchase are cars, to put them on Turo. So I can borrow the money, purchase the cars, the down payment on the cars, put it on Turo, the extra pay for the car with the amount from Turo, and then the extra goes back into paying off the M1 Finance. And then when finally the balance is back to where it needs to be, that extra money just keeps flowing and it keeps building assets. Yo, y'all make sure y'all check out my other videos. Share this video with somebody, because I'm here to drop this knowledge, drop this advice. All right, it's going to help you when you start putting it together, because it helped me. All right, I hope that it works. I love y'all as always. Y'all take care, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.